Hello everyone, it is Thursday, July 28th. Last video on Monday, I talked about what our scores are and how they're measured. Today we're going to go over what our scores are, how we rate with the top 20% of Chick-fil-A's, and look at some customer comments, and finally explain why the language of hospitality that we use when taking orders is so important. So let's dive right in. First, our Be Remarkable score. This is the question that says, would you recommend this Chick-fil-A to friends or family? We're at 80%. That means 80% of guests said yes, we would recommend your store. The top 20% score is 75, so we're 5 points above there. The overall satisfaction score, which says how satisfied were you, rate your overall satisfaction with this Chick-fil-A. Our score is 85%. Now that means 85% of guests responded that they were highly satisfied with our store. What this does not mean is that 85% of guests were satisfied. So Chick-fil-A, anytime there's a question that says from highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied, we only get points toward responses that are highly satisfied. So there are many responses that were satisfied but not highly satisfied. So part of what we're going to talk about later with the languages of hospitality is turning those satisfied scores into highly satisfied. So 85% of our guests said they were highly satisfied with their visit, as opposed to the top 20% score, which is 79%. So we're 6 points into the top 20%. Our second mile service, did we anticipate our guests' needs? Did they feel cared for? 68% of guests said that they were highly satisfied with our second mile service, as opposed to the top 20% score of 67%. Fast service, 79% of guests said that they were highly satisfied with our speed of service, and the top 20% score there is 77%. Moving right along, order accuracy, 96% of guests said that they received everything that they ordered. 98, and the top 20% score is 98%. So we are 2 points outside of the top 20% range for order accuracy. Next, taste. 83% of guests said that they were highly satisfied with the taste of their food. The top 20% score there is 80%. Attentive and courteous. 84% of our guests said that they were highly satisfied with the attentiveness and courteousness of our employees. The top 20% score there is 80%. Cleanliness, this is the overall cleanliness of their store. 88% of our guests said that they were highly satisfied with the cleanliness of our store. The top 20% score there is 78%. So we are 10% above top 20% with our overall cleanliness. Our exterior cleanliness, this is the landscape. How do the flowers look? How does the parking lot look? 77% of guests said that they were highly satisfied with our exterior cleanliness, and the top 20% score is 79%. So we're 2 points outside of top 20% range. Finally, restroom cleanliness. This has fewer responses, so we only have 20 responses, whereas for the rest of the responses we have 113. So this is less indicative of the overall guest impression, but it's still important. 70% of guests said that they were highly satisfied with the cleanliness of our restrooms, and the top 20% score there is 79%. So, areas of improvement. Again, remember, everything that was highly satisfied, all the responses that required a highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied, we only get points for responses that say they're highly satisfied. So what that means is, many people say satisfied, but we don't get credit for that. So what the area of opportunity is turning a satisfied guest into a highly satisfied guest. So let's look at some comments and see what guests are saying about our Chick-fil-A. On the 27th, we have quick service, great food, friendly staff. Also, the appearance of the property and landscaping is very nice. I'm just going to read probably about 10 comments here. On the 26th, number 1 is customer service. Chick-fil-A goes above and beyond for their customers. They are extremely polite and courteous, which is very appreciated. Number 2 is staffing and order completion. Chick-fil-A staff were attentive to my order and extremely efficient. Thank you for the attention to detail, accuracy, and quick service. That's a great comment. I wonder if that's a team comment. Also on the 26th, always enjoy good food with fast, friendly service. Always enjoy. That means they're here frequently enough that they can say always enjoy. On the 26th, we also have very courteous girl. Great food, quick service, good prices. Always a pleasurable experience visiting. Good as always, hot and tasty. So a lot of these comments are repeat customers. We've hooked them, we've created raving fans out of them, and now they're coming back and they're saying it's always a good experience. It's always great. It's always hot. It's always fresh. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna read one more comment here. One of the management staff talked to me and notified me that they were making fresh biscuits and it would take about 5 minutes. If you work on the front counter for breakfast, you know this can be a very stressful situation. When I got my order, she gave me a card for a free sandwich on my next visit. I did not expect that. I have worked in the restaurant business over 40 years. It is rare to be treated as guests and not customers. Always feel welcome at Chick-fil-A. Keep up the great job. This is a wonderful example of our breakfast crew building the business. The breakfast time is our biggest area of improvement as far as sales and profits go. And stuff like this is exactly the right thing to do to be building the business. So kudos to whoever's doing breakfast, and the way that we're treating customers is really helping to build the business. So finally, the language of hospitality. Why is that so important? Well, as we talked about earlier, our goal is to take a satisfied guest and turn them into a highly satisfied guest. One simple, simple, not easy way to do that is our language of hospitality at the register. This is why those phrases like, may I have your name for the order? How else may I serve you? Will that complete your order? Directing them where to go. Here's your table marker. Have a seat wherever you like. We'll find you when your food's ready. Or we'll have your food ready right by this pickup sign over here. You're free to stand underneath it. Those phrases, instead of can I get a name, how can I help you, those phrases turn the experience, it marks a different experience. You can go to a restaurant and hear, may I have your order? Can I take your order? Can I get a name? You can hear those things anywhere. It's at Chick-fil-A that we want guests to feel highly satisfied by the different level of experience that they're getting. So registers, hopefully a leader's checking in with you every day before your shift, before you start taking orders. But cashiers really hone in on, I know it can be stressful. You have a guest standing there right in front of you. It's okay to take your time with a guest, to give them that language of hospitality, to use that language of hospitality to give a remarkable experience. Thank you so much for watching. We will send out another update on Monday.